Hello everybody, welcome back to Wizard of Mo Games. My name is Kenny, and today we are continuing our solo campaign playthrough of Dragon Eclipse. Before I get started, I wanted to show you guys a couple things, mainly these trays. So this was the container that came in the box, and there's 9 compartments, and there's a ton of tokens, and then you see how deep it is. So I kind of felt like this was a lot of lost space, right? And then these, I don't know what getting here, maybe all the random tokens go in here, coins, I don't know. It was kind of all over the place, right? So I created these little trays where in the box they will stack on top of each other. And now, for the most part, each token had its own compartment. I kind of dropped all the conditions together because there's only 3 of each. They're pretty easy to pick out. With that additional space though, I also had room for these. So if, like me, you sleeve your cards, you found out pretty quickly that they are not going to fit in the box. Now the box came with like booster boxes for these like booster cards, booster packs. And so I could have put each one of these in this little tuck box, but then where is that tuck box going to go? I guess I could put it in with the standees, but those are kind of like all over the place. And I like to be a little more organized without having to mess with boxes as much. So I kind of created this. So these two together will go front to back. Let's just show you when it goes in the box. And then these will go like this. And then there's room up front here for, this tray there. So I've got a little bit of space here. I almost considered putting more item cards here, but I'm just not wide enough to make it work. Now I could just redo this tray, make it something like this, slide those in, then I would have enough room for these, maybe. We'll see. But the way the box was organized was really, really bothering me, so I finally designed these little things here. Now these I didn't design. I gotta remember where I got these from. I just readjusted the size to fit what I needed. But I love it, so much easier. Printed dividers for them too. Unfortunately, they're not dividers with tags on them, but there wasn't enough room height-wise in the box to add that. I also finally switched out those little damage tokens for these bigger ones. Make sure we're focused. Okay. For these bigger ones, these I believe are Keyforge tokens, but that'll be a lot easier for you guys to see. What else? Where can I put this box? It landed on the chair. So now you can see from the original one, I have all this extra space now. All right, so I can slide these over a little bit. My rule book could be just a little bit closer to me. So I saved a lot of space there. I did learn with this map, tells you where to go. So in the previous one, this C0 is telling you where to go, and it gives you the title of the scenario. So the Z, I believe, is the tutorial, maybe, because there was a Z1 in the previous iteration of this map. So C0 is unexplored, and then D0 is unexplored. So I don't know, could I just jump to D and C? I don't know. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order until I can't. So now we've, I type in the C000 and we'll be able to move forward. Let's see, what else do we have? I did not set up my green screen. Stand by here, let me do that. All right, we're back. Reason I paused is because we did update our Mystlings. So, green screen may still be a little wonky. What did I change? So I added Prickly Underbrush. You or your ally gains 1 power, and then whenever you gain or are dealt damage, deal 2 damage in range 1. This is for Galoma, and this one is also for Galoma. In slot 3, we can move +1, and otherwise we can heal 2. All right. And then for our Iceling, Oh, we just did the one change. We took out one of the old moves and put in this one move, and if we're in slot 3, we can attack. So those are the changes that we made from the advancement deck and the booster pack. All right. So I think with all that out of the way, we are ready to get started. So C00. That artwork, man. Look at that. This is just gorgeous. Feels like a lifetime since you left Kerberg in search of the source of the tremors. Now, the time has come to return and ensure the safety of the town and its folks, also dear to you. Your mind often strays to those ominous beings who killed the Dragon Guardian. They have entered your world through that uncanny portal and may still be lurking unseen. You are determined to protect Kerberg at all costs. But there is a more pressing matter on your mind, which you have kept secret from everybody. Since you met the dragon, you haven't been fully yourself. You are plagued by blurred, disturbing visions of islands floating in the air. Terrible headaches always accompany the sensation. You must learn more about these sights from your dreams. What significance do they hold for you? Hints: combat. You may encounter one of the previous enemies in a random combat. Other water and fire Mystlings will be useful. I'm not getting rid of my Galomo. Choose one. Reconsider. Start the scenario. We're going to start the scenario. Choose 2 Mystlings to accompany you during this scenario. Perform the deck construction. If you have the time passes status, go to script C1. I do not have the time passes. I am going to just stick with my 2 Mystlings. I know in my party I have purple, and then I have that Furwing. Or I do not have Furwing. Or I did not put... Oh, wait. I'm in the purple card slot. Do have a Furwing. 25 health, 2 shield, 4 damage. Interesting. Maybe at the next scenario, we might change one out just to try some other ones. I kind of wish they would have put that at the end of the scenario so I could just kind of do it instead of setting up, because I did everything off camera, right? Changing the cards out. So then it's like, yeah, anyways. No, we don't have that. Go to script C2. When you set off for the town, the moons separate, and the sun finally rises. Your head is still full of images you cannot comprehend. The eclipse and all those gaps in reality, the dying dragon guardian, and the ominous human-like creature were enough to baffle anybody. Still, it was only the beginning of wonders. The body of the dead dragon began to transform rapidly until it became a low hill overgrown with grass, flowers, and trees. You wish you hadn't been in a hurry. You would have loved to explore it just to make sure you weren't hallucinating. The future of the town, however, seems more precious to you. As you head there, you cannot help noticing that a flock of Mystlings that witnessed the dragon's death decide to follow you. They are curious and impossible to chase away, which isn't good. A conglomeration of Mystlings of all sorts and tempers does not bode well. From afar, you can see that Kerberg suffered severely from the quake. The walls surrounding the city lie crumbling in many places. Fortunately, you already hear shouts of people organizing themselves to help each other. There are even more creatures amassed in front of the ruined gate. Your experience tells you that in such situations, trouble is a spark that catches stray kindling, so you are determined to challenge the most aggressive Mystling and thus show the others who is in charge here. The town needs no more problems after all. You advance, your Mystlings by your side. The aggressive creature shifts its focus directly to you. Set up a random combat. I don't know how to set up a random combat. I think I just grab one of those cards, random combat cards. $25 and $32. Adding cards to random combats. The adventure journal often instructs you to add a tier card to random combats. Okay, so that's when we add the card. Okay. And then what was the other number? Random combat 32. Random combat. Random combats use tier cards for a randomized setup. At the start of the game, the random combat deck is empty. There are no tier cards. Alright. You may find the following instructions regarding random combats. Take all the cards from behind the random combats divider, shuffle them, and draw 2 cards at random. If there is only 1 card in the random, draw that card. Then choose one of the drawn cards and set up a combat using the components listed on the tier card. After the random combat, the bottom of the arena card instructs you to go to script 200 of your current scenario. Okay. Each Mystling tier card consists of Mystling tier 1 to 5. Describe how powerful the Mystling is, sometimes used in navigating the world map step and in roguelike mode. Okay. Oh, I don't know that. Oh, okay, okay. Corruption and major components. Okay, pretty straightforward. So I think we only have a few. Young Bulb, Elkthorn, and Young Emberling. Let's just shuffle. It says pick 2. Let's see. Grass is good against water. Or earth is good against water. Trying to think about who we might use here. Oh, it's not the Fire Emberling. So we have Young Bulb and Elkthorn. So I think we're going to go after, they're both 3. So let's go after Elkthorn. Let's combat. Set up a combat with Elkthorn. So, show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So we're going to set up arena card 10 on map 2. We're going to grab enemy cards 51, 52, and 53. Major corruption is there's multiple players. Tamed. So if they're tamed, I guess we grab those cards. Oh, and action cards. Okay. Mystling Encyclopedia 53 and 54. So I'll kind of give you the stats for it. Alright. I'm going to drop this here real quick. So arena card 10. Dark Glove. This is different. I thought it might have been similar to one we did before, but it's not. So Dark Grove, set up, place a mystical tree, okay, in the umbrella space in the middle. When you or the enemy ends their turn within range 1 of the mystical tree, Elkthorn gains rage. You and the enemy can't move to or be placed in a space with the mystical tree. Okay? So let's drop this card in here. And there's that umbrella. Okay, map 2. Alright, we're already on map 2. Start setting things up and I didn't even look at which map I was on. Enemy cards 51, 52, and 53. So let's find Elkthorn. 51, 52, 53. So we can tame it? Okay. Alright, as always, let's throw these cards up. Elkthorn, looks like he's got 20 health, 3 damage, 2 movement. Starting off here, special ability is going to be at 3. And then he gets 3 triangles and 2 circles for his actions. Okay. Ooh, 2 actions. I mean, if there's a nasty one, it's going to come up pretty often. All right. And then you guys can always pause to take a look at that. And then to tame him, looks like weaken the Elkthorn. So once he has 10 or less, okay, HP. Snap it out of its rage. Deal at least 4 damage in 1 turn to the Elkthorn with rage. Okay? Show your power. Deal at least 4 damage in 1 turn to Elkthorn without rage. Even if you defeat Elkthorn when you fulfill this condition, you will tame it. So we've got to get him enraged twice. No, enraged once. Hit him for 4, and then without the rage. Alright, and then let's look at his abilities. Passive, Elkhorn has +3 damage if it has rage. Otherwise it has +3 shield. Wow. So we're going to need somebody that does non-melee damage, which is going to have to be Galoma. Elkhorn discards rage after it attacks. Even if this attack didn't deal any damage or there was no opponent in range. That's good to know. Alright, if he gets a circle, he's going to rush. Deal 3 damage in range 2. Which means Golomo's not going to really be able to block that. If he's up against the water, he gains rage. So Elkhorn has +3 damage. That's for attack. So if an ability makes it attack, so not the circle, so the triangle, rush, attacks, +1 damage. If this attack didn't deal any damage, gain rage. Oh, then what's the point of Elkhorn discards rage after it attacks? Even if this attack does nothing, he's still gonna gain. He's just gonna gain it back. But he has to hit us. So, and that's what gets the boost. So we're gonna go with Galomo. His special ability: cleanse weak, attack +1, gain rage. Okay. So we're gonna go with Galomo. Okay, who goes here? Now let's find Elkthorn. Oh, it might be this thing. Yeah, it looks like him. Get our Galomo down. Make sure you guys can see what's going on. Shuffle deck. We've got a lot of ability to deal passive damage. So he doesn't have to be by the tree to get rage. He can get rage pretty much all the time. The Dark Grove says, when you or the enemy ends their turn within range 1 of the mystical tree, Elkhorn gains rage. You and the enemy can't move to or be placed in a space with the mystical tree. It's almost like he's protecting the tree, so if we get there, it enrages him. Alright. Let's see what you guys can see. Oh, I'm a little too high up there. Alright. Now let's go ahead and populate Galomo's cards. Guardian Stance, Stomp, Earth Shield, and Soil Feed. Okay, so the problem with this guy is he has +3 attack if it has rage. Otherwise it has +3 shield. So Stomp is going to be good because it does 3 damage in range 2. Oh, but it says reduce this damage by opponent's attack shield instead of its... So maybe we don't want Galomo for this. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, so we're up first. What are we going to do here? Place 1 Quake in range 2. Guardian Stance. So he's got Triangle. He's going to come up and attack +1. If this attack didn't deal any damage, gain rage. He can reach us, so we should be able to defend that with Guardian Stance. So let's do that. We'll get 3 for this slot, and then we'll gain 1 for the ability. And this will go in the discard pile, give us +2 shield. We're going to go ahead and spend 2 to do Tromp, place 1 Quake in range 2. So there's going to be a lot of green out here. But ours is white and theirs is black. Alright, that is the end of our turn. This will move like that. Oops. And a new card will come out. Leap, blink 2. Okay. So now he does triangle, rush. So he's going to go up here. Attack. If it didn't deal any damage, hold on. When you or the enemy ends their turn within range 1 of the mystical tree. We may want to step something back here. He's going to get +3 attack, which will be 6. So what I should have done is spend 1 to move 2. 1, 2. So then he has to move 2. He's still within 1, so he gets the rage. Which I guess goes on him. Ends their turn within range 1. So he hasn't ended his turn yet. But with the triangle, with the triangle, so he's going to rush, which is a move of 2. And then he's going to attack. And then he gets the rage because the attack doesn't land. Okay. So that's triangle done. So now it's back to us. So now that he has rage, he no longer has the 3 defense. So now we can do stomp. So let's gain 3. 1, 2, 3. To do stomp, deal 3 damage, reduced by the shield, which he doesn't have any, so he takes 3. And silence, which just blocks the ability. So for enemies up there, so I'm not going to put it on him since he's not going to trigger it right now. And all he does is attack, so it's nothing special that I need to hold off on using stomp for. We'll do the 3 damage now while he has the rage. Okay, in range 2 as well, so now we have +2 attack. Elkhorn discards rage after it attacks. But the only attack he has gives him rage. If he lands the attack, then it goes away. Right now he's about to rush, deal 3 damage in range 2. Oh, since it's range, there's no reason for me to swap. Because I can pull a card from the bottom of the discard pile to the top. But there's no reason to do that because it blocks attacks and not range. So let's go ahead and spend 2 again. Put another quake down. Right over here. We can put it on them too, actually. Let's do that. Alright, so he's got circle coming up. He's going to deal 3 damage in range 2. We're not going to be able to avoid that. He's already got the rage. So, no sense in trying to run. And let's slide everything down. And draw a card. Soil Feed. Okay, those are 2 good cards. Because that's what's going to get our power back up so we can do our tremors. Alright, circle, rush, he doesn't need to. Deal 3 damage. in range 2. So that's going to hit us for 3. Yeah, these tokens are much better. You can probably see them a lot better on there too, right? Yeah, gotta make sure. All right, so that's that. He's got another circle, so he's going to hit us for 3 in range, and then he's going to... Oh, he just attacks. He doesn't even rush. So do they always rush? Rush. Enemy rush is resolved in a similar way to your Mystlings move. During rush, the enemy always moves to a space closest to you to end within range 1 of you if possible, using the lowest number of possible moves. Okay. So he gets up to me in melee range regardless. I thought it was like a lot of other games where the enemy will move into the range of their attack. But in this case, if it's rush first, they're always going to move as close to you as they can. So, which means I may have messed that up in previous playthrough there. But all right. So now it's our turn. We were looking at the fact that he's going to rush again and attack. That's what we were looking for, that attack. Elkhorn has +3 damage if it has rage. We're going to do ranged attacks. So, I think Earth Shield now and then do Soil Feed later. So let's get the 3 for activating Earth Shield. Place 1 Quake in range 1. I think we're going to put it here. Okay, this goes to the discard. And then I think we're going to go ahead and spend 2. Oh, we're going to spend a lot. But we'll get 5 back. Yeah. Let's spend 2 to put a Quake here. Let's spend 1 to do a move. Go 1, 2. Oh, there's no point. Oh, wait. So I can put it up here instead. There we go. 1, 2. So now we're adjacent to 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And this, so we're going to have 4 defense there. This will slide down, which means next turn we'll be able to gain 3 plus whatever this gives us 4. That should be enough to trigger our tremors. He's got 20 HP. Of course, we got to survive all this damage incoming, which is going to be quite a bit actually. All right, circle. He's going to rush. He's already adjacent to us. And deal 3 damage. All right. That's the end of circle. So now he's going to do Cleanse Weak. He doesn't have it. Attack +1. And gain rage. Okay. So yes, +3 damage if he has rage. He has rage. His normal attack is 3, so that's 6. So that's 7 damage. We're going to block 4 of it, so that's another 3. We're up to 9 total damage. All these go away. So I mean, this is where I'm confused, but I guess I'm not, because it says he discards rage after he attacks, but then his special says gain rage. So I feel like he just has rage all the time. I don't see any combination with which where. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Show your power, deal at least 4 damage in 1 turn to the Elkthorn without rage. You know, I'm thinking that his special ability does not reset the rage. So that's how the rage goes away. Now he doesn't have it. Okay. We are at 9 damage. Oh wait, we didn't draw a card last turn. Alright, synergy. Alright, well let's do similar to him. Let's do soil feed. So we're going to get 3 from activating that column. Okay. Place 1 quake in range 2. Actually, we'll set it on him. That gives us 5 shields. Okay. Gain 1 power for each quake in range 2. So that's 5 power. Let me think about this here. So that would be 5. If I spent 2 to get 1 more out there, then yeah, I think I can do that. So before I do the 3, I will spend... Oh no, the most we can have is 5. Okay, so there's no point in doing that. Okay. So now we get 5. Wow, we are at 10 power. And if we were up against the water, we could move, but we're not, so do that. And then we're going to spend 8 to deal... Each opponent gains 2 damage for each quake within range 2 of them. That is 10 damage to Elkhorn. He's up to 13 damage on him. What is he going to do next? Triangle. If I end my turn next to the tree, he's going to gain rage. So let's get away from the tree. So let's spend 1 to move. That means our defense will go away a little bit. We'll just go here. I still have... Oh no, we don't have the defense because the card's not on top anyways. So we got to get away from the tree so he doesn't get rage and hit us for a lot more. Do I want to get rid of Blink? It's going to go into the 3 slot. I'd rather have Soil Feed. So let me pay 1 to discard Blink. All of these will slide down. And then we'll draw 1 from the Prepare. Alright. Ooh, that's a good one to have on top. And then we're going to end our turn. And we draw another card. Earth Shield. Alright, so we have 13 on us. Oh no, they have 13 on them. We have 9. Now they're going to execute Triangle. They're going to rush. They're already adjacent to us. They're going to attack +1. This attack didn't deal any damage, gain rage. So their attack, they're going to hit us for 4. We have no defenses. It's 4. So let's see here. This 9, that's 10. So now we're at 13. And Triangle is done. Like we're about to take a fatigue. Back to us. Oh, this is perfect. And it's within range 2. So let's do Soil Feed. Soil Feed is powerful in the 3rd slot. I'm going to get 3 here. Place 1 Quake in range 2. I could replace 1, so I'm just going to replace 1 that's already there. Yeah, well, I can get this one closer to me. Boom, okay. So when I do get a defense, it'll be there. Gain 1 power for each Quake in range 2. That's 5 power. 3, 4, 5. So having Soil Feed in the last slot almost guarantees tremors. Except in the beginning because, you know, we obviously wouldn't have enough Quake out there to get up there. But so now we're going to spend 8 and deal... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Weaken the Elkhorn. Elkhorn has 10 or less HP left. So he has 20. So that condition was met a while ago. Deal at least 4 damage in one turn to the Elkhorn with Rage. Elkthorn with Rage. Okay. So he's got 13 out of 20. Deal at least 4 damage. And then with Outrage. I think those don't go together. Like I can't do 1 and 2 at the same time. Just because the damage dealt to him brought him down to less than 10. You've got to do a separate one for snapping it out of its rage. Deal at least 4 damage in one turn to the Elkthorn with Rage. Right now he does not have Rage, so we're going to hold off on doing Tremors. He's got a triangle coming up. Rush, attack +1. If this attack didn't deal any damage, gain Rage. When did we move? That was last turn, so I guess what we'll do is... Man, I'd have to spend 5. Which is okay, because then I can do Synergy. Let's see, if I spent 5, I would have 3 left. Yeah, even if I do Synergy, I'll get 3 back. It's not enough. To do Tremors next round. So what I could do is just don't activate Soil Feed. And that would be all the power gone. Let's do that. Rolling it back. We forgot about the taming. So this Quake would be over here still. If I end my turn there, he'll get... Okay, so what we have to do then is... Synergy. Let's get 2 from Synergy. No, let's do Soil Feed. 3. We'll leave that one up there. Right, and then we will... But if he ends his turn next to it... Well, he's not going to end his turn next to it. I am. So, let's get our 5 back. I just saw something else I can do instead of what I originally planned. I can do a prepare action. So spend 1 to do prepare to get discard Earth Shield. So now it's in the discard. These will slide so I can draw a card. Okay, Primal Shot. So +1 shield for each Quake in range 1. So I'm going to spend 1 shard to move 1. Go back here. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I've got 6 power left, so I can do Tremors next time. And then we're going to draw a card at the end of our turn, Pummel, which means now he gets Rage because I ended my turn near the tree. Alright, now he's going to activate Triangle. He's going to rush, he's already close to us, and then attack +1. Oh, to the Elkthorn with Rage. I have to think here. If I end my turn there, he gets Rage. But after he attacks, the rage goes away. Even if the attack didn't deal any damage. So what I should do for my move... Okay. Remembering there's a lot of stuff going on here, right? So when we do our soil feed, I'm instead going to move this down here. So then when I move, I can move here. That way I'll have 3 defenses. Now when it gets to his turn, he will move here. I can control where they go. So I could have just like moved down here. Alright, put the token here. I don't think that matters. And then just move him around that way. But why if he would just go straight down? Yeah. Because we can control where he goes. So we'll move down here instead. So then on his turn, he would go 1, 2. So that way he doesn't get the rage now. But he'll attack us. Triangle for 4. And we have 2 defense. So we take 2. That puts us up to 15. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle for sure. And then because he ends his turn at the tree, then he gets the rage token. Okay. That is triangle. And because that finished off, we get a fatigue in our deck. Fatigue has come up multiple times when we had it in our deck. Alright. So now we need to deal 4 damage in 1 turn to the Elkthorn with rage. And that's when you realize Tremors is too much. How much damage do we do? 2. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 4 power to put a certain card from the bottom of our deck to the top. Stomp, because it gives us plus 2 damage. We don't want to take them out. Okay, now we will do Pummel, which will give us 1. And then we'll attack our 2 plus that's 2, that's 4. So that's 4 more damage here. $10, $16, $17. Okay. There's no way for us to make him lose rage. Oh, wait a minute. This gets shuffled now. There's no way for us to make him lose rage. So we kind of have to survive the attack. Okay. There's a circle coming up. So the only way for him to lose rage is for him to attack without dealing any damage. But his rush is 3, so his rush is 2. Okay. Did I move him 3? I may have moved, no, I moved him 2. He went 1, 2. All right. So that was us doing Pummel. So now he's going to do Circle, which is just going to deal 3 damage to us. It's not going to And then show your power. Deal at least 4 damage in 1 turn to the Elkthorn without rage. Which means he's got to get a triangle. We're not going to be able to escape the 3 damage. 1, we're slow. And 2, he's fast. But he can move 2, and then that attack hits in range 2. Good thing Guillermo has a lot of health. I don't want to deal damage back to him, or I toss Prickly Brush into the discard. So let's just end our turn and gain a card. Okay, so another Stomp, which came up just a little too late. So it has to be a triangle. Ooh, he might take us out here. 7 plus 3 is 10. Yeah. I think this one, there's too much going on here for this one. There's only one condition for which he is not enraged. Elkthorn has plus 3 damage if he has rage. Let's see, what's he at? 10, 16, 17. Trying to think of rolling it back and just defeating him. This one's too confusing. So we did do the second one. Now we'd have to defeat him without range, but there's just 1 out of 10 conditions that would get him there. End of random combat. Oh, plus it's end of random combat. I don't think we can tame him. I'm so confused. Okay, so we're just going to roll it back and say that I did Tremors, which would have knocked him out. And now I see end of random combat only gives me the option to defeat him. End of combat gives me the option to tame. At the same time, it told me to take out the tame card. But I guess what it's saying is if I tame him, let me go to script 200. Each Mystling that took part heals up to half rounded down. So I don't think I can tame him. So let's just say we did Tremors and took him out. We were well prepared to do that. Which means we would have took him out before he moved down and hit us with the 3. What do you hit us with? We have 13. Yeah, so I think I... Oh yeah, we got... Oh, this is a 3 instead of a 5. Okay, so I think I added that wrong earlier. Each Mystling that took part heals up to their health half rounded down. Okay. 14, 11, so 5. Oh. So we can tame them. You just win. They should just put that for first. Just ungodly confused. Gain 2 essence. That's the dragon stuff? I think it is. Yeah. Go to script C72. You have defeated the most aggressive Mystling, which is a clear message for all the others. The Mystlings move away to a safe distance, and the other warlike ones flee. Clear the arena. Clear the arena. Oh, our damage stays. 5/5, 3/3, 1. Maybe next time we'll try to tame them. Elf Thorn. Gain 2 items. Let's see, so I think this goes back into the random encounters. They didn't tell us to remove it. There's 10. Yeah, I kind of wish what they did is, so it says random combat, go to 200 of that scenario, and then it has the tame, etc. So I feel like if they were going to do that, they should have done that for the regular tame too, so that it's like consistent. Otherwise, I just like, I don't know. Perhaps it was clearer in the book. I didn't really compare the book to the companion app. All right, Galomo, good job. Let's clean up your cards. We did get a fatigue. We lose all the power we have. All right. Boom. And then we gain 2 items. Let's go ahead and turn this on so you guys can see. We got this. Herbs. Anytime discard to heal 2. Very nice. That'll come in handy. And then we've got this. A leather pouch. Discard to gain 1 silver. Immediately. So that gets discarded. We gain another silver. And we got another item. Okay. C10. Having dealt with the wild creature from the forest, you enter the city through a damaged gate. People within carry the wounded on makeshift stretchers. Many buildings are in disrepair. Some crumbled and others even leveled. At first glance, the town is in ruin, but as you look closer, you begin to believe that it's possible to rebuild, although not without extreme effort. Open map 4. Yeah, let's just do these things one at a time. Here's map 4. Okay. If you don't have the local hero part 2 status, place token B in slot 1. Pretty sure I don't. Nope. Place token B in slot 1. Alright. If you have the local hero, place a token A somewhere. If you have the time passes status, gain secrets 28 and 29. There was a fire during your absence. I don't have time passes. Place secret 24 face down in the event slot. Oh, secret 24. I'm going to combat 24. Secret 24. Set the clock for the timer to 2. You don't need to hurry. Take your time to assess the situation. And why'd you set the timer to 2? Set it to 4. If you have the local hero part 1 status, you repaired a malfunctioning machine yesterday. Go to script C28. So I don't like the way it says, like, if you have the local hero, is this requirement met? Like, It should just say, do you have this? It's kind of backwards. All right. The sight of the ruined city brings tears to your eyes. The machines are broken. Several people shamble through the streets. Their gaze is wandering in disbelief. You approach a man with a twisted ankle and support him. A part of the city has a part of the city hall collapsed, Tamer, he says, staring into your eyes. The Duchess was wounded. How could you allow that? Where were you when we needed your assistance? You don't answer, reminding yourself that the man raves in pain. You help him arrive at the makeshift infirmary and ask a nurse about the situation in the city. It's bad, she replies. Guards are occupied with the collapsed city hall. Rangers run around almost aimlessly, and your tamers are exhausted from trying to overcome the Mystlings' growing panic. We need you. Help the people of Kerberg. With your companions, you could do more than most of us. Note: try helping the city. Gather as many parts of the city in ruin status as possible. 1. Some of the machines need repairs. 2. People in the infirmary need aid. 3. Some people may be in immediate danger. 4. Maybe you can convince the wild Mystlings to help the city. Begin the exploration. There goes that. All right. I see C47. It says some people may be in immediate danger. I don't know where. Well, that's right. Some of these have hidden numbers too. That one right there. Oh, I threw everything off the board. Let's need like a magnifying glass. Okay, I thought that was a number there, but I'm not sure. Yep, there's the... And if there's numbers in there, they did a really good job of hiding them. Oh, there's one. I see a C45. Let's see, this was B over here. Let's go to C45. Guess this is 0. If you have the City in Ruin Part 3 status, you've been here already. Continue the exploration. Is this requirement met? No. Rubble lies in heaps everywhere. Still shocked by the damage, you carefully pick your way down the ruined street and study the level of devastation. Suddenly, you freeze as you think you hear faint screams. There is someone buried under the debris. Help is needed now. Perform the test. At the end of the test, for each pair of eyes, each Mystling gains 1 damage. Mystling. Earth Mystling. Once per test, you may once add 1. Okay, I do have an Earth Mystling. So at the end of the test, for each pair, each Mystling gains 1. Is that my Mystling? Does that include the Iceling too? I guess so. So if we get 7 or less, bruised and tired, you clear the rubble. Each Mystling gains 1 damage, time, and then go to script C40. If we get 8 to 9, we slowly clear the rubble, time, go to C40. 10 to 11, your creatures are fired up after helping the survivor gain 1 power, go to script C40. 12 or more, it's getting dangerous, you must rethink your approach. Each Mystling gets the damage. So we want 10 to 11. And then we have, once per test, we can add 1. Once. Okay, and then we have this discard the card you just drew. So, let's jump to our screen here. And we want 10 to 11. There's 3. That's a good start. There's 1. That's not good. It's 4. 5. In fact, we're going to have to do this, it looks like. 6. It's like slow. 8. We want 10 to 11. I guess we're all going to end up taking damage. For each pair, we'll gain 1 damage. Okay. So this should be the last draw, hopefully. 3. I think that's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11. Right, we wanted 10 to 11. All right. And we'll take 1 damage. Same as says each Mystling. So we throw 1 damage in there. Gain 1 power. The creatures are fired up. All right, gain 1 power. Go to script C40. There we go. You carefully remove a wooden beam and reveal the thin, trembling hand of a trapped person. The sight motivates you to make another effort. You strain and lift 1 more piece of rubble, and you see the terrified face of a teenage boy. You tell him not to move and promise that you will get him out. And yes, a minute later, the boy is free, battered and bruised but otherwise unharmed. You escort him to the infirmary. Gain the City in Ruin Part 3 status. Mark our sheet here. City in Ruin. Part 3. Oh, we can't see nothing. You might have missed all that, so we'll just jump back here. You can just pause and read that. And then now we've got that. Continue the exploration, so our time goes down 1. So we at least took care of that. They said things need to be repaired. So we could go to C47. There's also the infirmary. Let's go to C47. Well, since we escorted the kid to the infirmary, let's just take care of the infirmary. C31. The tent covers a makeshift infirmary. All those who have been injured in the earthquake are brought here and cared for by Olin and good-hearted volunteers. If token A is in slot 1, go to script 26. It is not. If token B is in slot 1, go to script C34. There are many injured people in the infirmary, tended by a few hard-working volunteers. You recognize familiar faces among the patients, Alvin and Hazel. Both seem to be sleeping or unconscious. Gaiden, the boy's Mystling, is sitting at the foot of his bed. You also spot Olin in the corner, busy preparing potions. He is pale and looks exhausted. The recent events must have taken a heavy toll on him. Speak with Olin only if you don't have the City in Ruin Part 2. Okay. Heal your Mystlings. Spend 2 silver. Ooh, help the wounded. That's a tough one. I want to heal my Mystlings, but I think we'll be fine. We need to get the status, the City in Ruin status. We only got 1 so far. Alright, going to C38. The earthquake destroyed my workshop, and none of my concoctions have survived, Olin confesses. I am hastily trying to cook up some more, but it's not that easy. What's worse, most of the creatures have fled too, and a few of them possessed healing powers. We are left with what we have, and that is not a lot. Let your Mystling help requires a water Mystling. And you guys tried to get me to discard my water Mystling for the fire. No, I said a water or fire would be good. Give him the potion you found. Requires secret 2. I don't have that. Help Olin with your own hands. Let our Mystling help. The Mystling gains 1 fatigue. Wow. That's fair. Going to C20. Your Mystling aids the nurses with fresh, cold water as they change bandages and clean wounds. Gain the City in Ruin Part 2 status. The infirmary has less work thanks to you. Okay. Continue the exploration. Okay, so now we want to go to C47. See a bunch of stuff here, like C59. What is that? What is C12? He said his shop is down. Let me go to C50. All the way up there. You can't go to everywhere. So, if you have the City in Ruin status, Part 4, you've already solved this problem. We don't. Mystlings wander in the streets of the city, visibly anxious. They seem to have no agenda here, and most may decide to leave any minute. But it occurs to you that you may sacrifice a bit of time, and together with other tamers, persuade some creatures to help with repairing Kerberg. Try your luck with the Mystlings. It says time, go to script C78. Oh, it's only when it gets to continue the exploration if the thing is here. Okay. I may have messed that up in the previous video too. All right, perform the test. When you have 2 eyes, the test ends immediately. Resolve the matching outcome. Once per test, if you have the empathy part 2 status, you may add 1. The Windraisers are eager to help. Empathy part 2? I do. If a token is in slot 3, you may ignore 1 eye. You tempt the wild Mystlings with places saturated with elemental energy. I do not have that. A in slot 3. Nope. That's where I am. Alright. 6 or less. The Mystlings disobey and scatter all across the town. Continue the exploration. 7 to 8. You have somehow persuaded the creatures to cooperate. The Rangers will take care of them now. Gain the City in Ruin Part 4 status. Okay. You feel a sudden strong connection with the Mystlings. It is unnerving yet empowering. Remove 1 fatigue. Gain 1 essence. A lot of good stuff there. Gain the City in Ruin Part 4. Okay. The Mystlings disobey and scatter all across town. So I need a 9. Okay. Now, once per test, I may add 1. And then Glazed Nuts will let us discard a card that we just drew. All right, see what we got here. We need 9. There's 2. It's a good start. That's good. That's 5. 6. 7. That's not good. 8. Let me see here. When you have 2 eyes, the test ends immediately. All right, so we're going to discard Glazed Nuts. Discard this card. So we have 5, 6, 7. So I could just get the 1 and call it good, because now we don't have the card to discard. And I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, gaining the essence, removing the fatigue would have been really nice, but that's risky. We're already at 5, 6, 7. I would have to get a 2 or 1 without an eye. Oh, you know what? It says the test ends immediately. Resolve the matching outcome. Okay. So the only problem then would be if we get like 3 or 4 or something. I'm gonna look through here. Did we get a 4 already? There's some pretty big numbers in there. We got a 4 and a 3. I think there's a 5 and a 6. All right, we're gonna... Yeah, because if I didn't end that, it'd be 5, 6, 7. It would have been 8. It would have ended there anyways. Man, I really want to know what that card is. Otherwise, the Mystlings disobey and scatter all across the town. We get nothing. What should I do? I've got nothing to mitigate anymore. Oh, wait a minute. It would have been 5, 6, 7. Okay. We are back. Yeah, okay. Because I thought it was an automatic loss, but it's not. It just ends the test. So 5, 6, 7, 8 plus that 1, that's 9. Remove 1 fatigue. Oh, I know Galomo's got one. Galomo's really hurt, so we're probably going to go into battle with our young Iceling. So let's remove the fatigue from our Iceling. Gain 1 essence. I don't remember what we can do with essence. Gain the City in Ruin Part 4. And then continue the exploration. It now means we reveal this card. Wherever you go, you hear rumors about the collapse of the City Hall. Go to script C3. Oh, wait a minute. I guess I should tap this, right? Okay, go to script C3. I guess we'll leave that there. If you have the time passes status, we still don't have that. You wonder which problem to tackle first when 2 people approach. Interrupting your thoughts, the library is in flames, one shouts. The fire spread from the ruins of Hazel's shop, the other says. You spot another thick plume of dark smoke against the blue of the sky. You falter, unsure what to do. The library is more important, but there must be people helping already. The fire in the ruins is probably spreading as well, but is also less dangerous. Discard Secret 24. Place Secret 26 face down. Okay. Place the red side up on 4. Wow. You don't really have much time. You'd better hurry or your time runs out before you solve any of your problems. Gain secrets 28 and 29. 28 and 29. Oh, looks like things are not looking good. So 2. Good thing we didn't go over there. Let me take a close look at this too. Place this card on the map. Okay. And then this one looks like this building. Yeah. Okay. Help the people by the library. Fight the fire at the ruins of Hazel's shop. Well, as an author, we gotta go help people at the library. Can't let all the books burn. Oh, perform the test. Fire Mystling, ignore the eye effect. Water Mystling, ignore all damage. Okay, we'll have our Water Mystling. At the end of the test, if you have at least 2 eyes, trigger time. 6 or less, your creatures and you manage to quell the fire, but not without some burns. Okay. Your creatures and you manage to quell the fire. Each Mystling gains 1 damage. Alright, so because we have water, we can ignore all damage. You quickly dealt... Hold on a second. If you have fire, you ignore the eyes. At the end of the test, if you have at least 2 eyes. Okay. You quickly dealt with the fire and had time to approach the other one as well. It took you some time. You ended up burned and blistered. Time. Each Mystling gains 1 damage, gain 1 fatigue. All right, so we need an 8. Okay. We need an 8. Here we go. 3. It's good so far. 4. It's going to be a big number in here somewhere. 6. Oh, this is it. I feel it. 3. That would be 9. That's too much. So now let's discard our glazed to get rid of this 3. Oh wait, so what was the first card? Oh wait, the first card was a 3, so good thing we didn't continue last time. We would have went over because we only needed 2. Or continue in that way, anyways. Last card, 2. There we go. 3, 4, 6, 8. And that's what we wanted. He quickly dealt with the fire and had time to approach the other ones as well. And we didn't get 2 eye symbols. And we can ignore damage, but there were none of that either. Okay. Going to C95. You've dealt with the fire so efficiently that you still have the time to try to save the second location. You run through the streets leading a group of volunteers. Together you manage to quench the second fire before it spreads. If you were any slower. Discard secret 28 and 29 from the map. Continue the exploration. Oops. That was really good. This goes down because we're continuing the exploration. Okay. Let's go to C12, which is all the way here in this corner. There's a building here. I was trying to see if there was a number on it, but I don't see anything. C12. If you have City in Ruin Part 1, we do not. No hope, the engineer says. I can't fix it. The machinery will run wild any minute now. We desperately need those water creatures to control the pressure. Without them, the pipes may burst. You offer your help, and the engineer ponders for a few moments. The only way to alleviate the situation is to fix the valve. I tried it myself, but without effect. It's rusted because of our negligence and our blind reliance on the creatures. Maybe it will work with you, though. Well, no harm in trying. Let's try to fix the valve. We got water creatures. Time. And it's another test. If token A is in slot 4, nope. Ignore the eye effects. Fiddling with the flooded tavern lessened the pressure in the pipe. I should have went there first. At the end of the test, if you have 2 eyes, advance time. If I have that card, that symbol on a card, I don't. You may discard all cards you have already drawn. If we have a fire mistling, once per test, we may add 1. They help with melding. Alright, so we're on our own here. Slowly, with the help of the engineer, you repair the machine for 5 or less. Okay, we gain a damage. 6, the machine works once again. Go to script C16. 17, you and the engineer make great duo. Work is done in no time. We gain an item, and then go. 8, you wasted a lot of time and energy. Spend that or gain 1 fatigue. So spend like a gear, an item card with a gear on it, or gain 1 fatigue and 2 damage. Continue the exploration. So we want a 6 or a 7. We got 1 card here. Yeah. Boom, what is it? 6 with 2 eye symbols. I think we're just going to stick with that. If you test, if you have at least 2 eye symbols, gain a time. So time goes down anyways. I have to shuffle this. Well, this would go in it. Man, that was the last card. So had that card come up last time, we would have failed that test. It's a game of inches. All right, so we got a 6. The machine works once again. The machinery screeches and grates, letting out occasional clouds of steam, but after a moment of struggle, it begins to work properly. You sigh with relief. Gain the City in Ruin Part 1 status. The machine operates properly, diverting water from a widespread pipe malfunction. That means we got all 4 of those. Place token A in slot 5. Continue the exploration. So now this goes down here. So now we only have one more place we can go. So C37 or... and we might as well... what part of that? I don't know. That's not really connected to any building. It might be C50, but I don't remember seeing that as an option, asking if A was in slot 5. So we haven't gone to C42. We haven't gone to C37. We haven't gone to C59. Let's go to C59. There is no entry C59. No? Are you sure? I'm looking at C59. There it is. This street leads toward the center of Careberg, where the city hall is. Oh, I see. You have more things to do here. Continue the exploration. Well, that makes me lose the time anyways. Okay. You did what you could to help Careberg struck by the powerful quake, but it's time to pursue even more important matters. Go to script C61. Well, that was a waste. You can't tell how much time has passed since you started wandering around the city trying to help those in need. You are exhausted. Discard Secret 26. Go to script C62. Okay. If you have at least 3 parts of the city in ruin status, go to script C60. We do. Several citizens meet you by the infirmary and offer you a small package. For your help, a woman with a bandage around her head says, "Your hard work showed us there's hope. We will prevail and rebuild our homes." Gain 2 items. Let's do that first. I'll show you guys. Boom. Bottle of Magic. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? During combat, during the next move, gain +2. So we can discard during combat and gain +2 move. And then we've got this. Anytime to heal 2. So we can only ever have 3 items. We got 2 herbs, and a bottle of magic. Okay. Gain the Local Hero Part 3 status. Local Hero Part 3. Got it. If you have all 4 parts of the city in ruin status, gain 3 silver. Whoa! And I do. I believe this is the first time they've really paid me for my work. And then go to script C65. If token B is in slot 4, go to script C70. It's not. If you have secret 27, use it immediately. I don't have any secrets. Discard secret from the event slot, if any. End the exploration. Okay. Your work for the city is over, and now it's time to locate the places glimpsed in your vision. You feel that this way you will both secure the future of Careberg and shed some light on what happened to you when the dragon died. You head to the center of town to talk to the Duchess, who should be the first one to know what you have been through. There is also a fair chance that she might know where all those mysterious lands are. There are no new emergencies in the infirmary, and all the patients are taken care of, so Olin decides to join you. After all, he has some errands to run too. You enter the part of the city you haven't seen for a long time. You stop and look around in amazement. There is a surprisingly quiet smithy there and tempting tavern you would want to visit if there was time. But first of all, there is the city hall with crowds of people and guards milling around. You also spots a small group of tamers conversing near the florist. You could have a word with them too if there was time. So it looks like it's setting me up for the next part of the city. So let's make sure we read this. You would want to visit. There's a surprisingly quiet smithy, so we can probably get some equipment there. An tempting tavern you would want to visit if there was time. First of all, there is a city hall with crowds of people. Okay. Open map 5. Oh my goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? I hope you guys can see that pretty good. Alright. Place secret 5 face down in the event slot. Okay. Set the time to 2. The work in the town has taken a toll on you. You are not pressed for time, but with every passing hour, you and your Mystlings grow tired. Note: learn about the places from the dragon's visions, or about someone who can tell you more about them. You should also speak with people to prepare them for what's coming. Begin the exploration. Ah, I see. So C33 has some people there. Damn, this picture is gorgeous. C63 has some people there. I know, that's in the building. C55, that must be the town square, the city hall. C66, or the big building is city hall, and there's some guy talking over there. C29. He said there was a smithy. How do I know? That must be... the tavern must be C66. I don't know. I guess we're going to go to 55 first. Let's go to C63 first. And actually, let's look for any hidden... Oh, I see the smithy now. For a second, I thought of the number like it was C11. Is there a C11? I could try it. Nope. That's not a number. That's just a sickle and 2 swords. There's something. C13. A window on the first floor is open, and cracks in the wall could offer a suitable foothold. If you wanted to break in there, you could easily do it. The thing is, why would a chief tamer want to break the law this way? Climb it anyway. Requires token A in slot 2 or token A in slot 1. Okay, I don't have that. Leave. Continue the exploration. So I wasted some time there. Alright, let's go to C63. Hopefully that's City Hall. If you have time passes, nope. There's a never-ending commotion in the City Hall, with messengers running about and clerks shouting orders. The Duchess has been forced to move her workspace to the main hall because her private office collapsed during the quake. I'm going to talk to the Duchess. Oh, that cost us a time. I guess bypassing the assistant. The Duchess is pale and visibly in pain. Her leg is broken, but she tells you not to worry about her condition. I have been through worse, she assures you, and focuses on you. Now, tell me all you know about the dragon, the eclipse, and the portal. Moved by her kindness, you reveal everything to her. Then you start asking questions. The Duchess has no idea about the dark place with the bright kernel, but as you spin the story of the islands, her eyebrows rise. There is a scholar with whom I once spoke of these islands, she says. His name is Eric Fisk, and he is a cartographer living in the academy. Note: you know what you need to continue your journey. When you feel ready, visit script C80 at the bottom of the map. Okay. Place token A in slot 5. Continue the exploration. That means this card flips over. Time goes by as you wander through Karaberg in search of answers. Go to script C77. If token B is in slot 6, nope. If token A is in slot 6, nope. The time is passing quickly and you're tired. Your Mystlings don't seem to be enjoying the situation either. And as if that were not enough, you're nagged by a weird sensation that someone is watching you. Gain 1 fatigue. Did this just go to one of my Mystlings? I guess the water one was the one I was going around doing everything with. The Iceling. Place secret 5 face down in the event slot. It's the secret you just revealed. Set it to 2. Oh, okay, so we gotta leave before we hit that again. Place token A in slot 6. Or now that that's happened, we'll be able to go there and do that. Okay. Continue the exploration. So the time goes up to 2, I guess. Oh, we need to talk to folks. C33. If you have the time passes, we don't. You chance upon a group of disturbed tamers eagerly discussing a matter. As you approach, they stop talking and greet you with respect. Talk about what has happened, only if you don't have any of the if you don't have any part of the tamer's morale status. I don't. I know I don't. Nope. Train with the tamers, only if slot 3 is empty. Okay. Train with the tamers. Ask about places from the visions. There's a lot we can do here. Train with the tamers. I'm going to try that. Oh. Go to script C100. That makes me feel like it'll be a random battle. I don't need to do that. Let's talk about what's happened here. Okay. Time goes down. Go to script C35. It appears that the tamers are filled with uncertainty and fear. They have seen unsettling things and heard frightening news about dragons and portals. They have no idea what to make out of them. They look up to you, their chief tamer, and hope that you can make their fears go away. Focus on the fact that a dragon guardian helped with the portal. Explain that the creatures of darkness are a serious threat. Admit that you don't know much, but you, tamers, are ready to face the hardships and challenges. Talk about the dragon guardian. Focus on the fact that gain the tamer's morale part is status 1. Tamer's morale. All right. Continue the exploration. So this goes down here now. Do I want to go back there again? I kind of want to do C35 as well. Let's go to C35. It appears that the tamers are filled with uncertainty and fear. They have seen unsettling things and heard frightening news about the dragons. Oh, that's C55. I misread that. Listen to me, my fellow townsfolk, Olin says. He is exhausted after long hours of work in the infirmary, but his voice rings out loud and clear. These are difficult, uncertain times, and creatures of the dark roam the area. We must close the gates. I know that we haven't done it for 200 years, but our safety is of utmost importance. We must also send armed patrols to the neighboring villages to protect their inhabitants. People listen to Olin intently and nod their heads. Lock script C55. Support him, advise moderate caution, leave the crowd without a word. We gotta advise them. It's not the thing to do. Of course we need to be on alert, but we must not close the gates. What if a wounded Mystling seeks shelter from predators or a traveler needs help? With the gates closed, it might take too long to aid them. That was me saying that. Advanced time. Already on there. Gain the Future of Kerberg Part 2 status. Alright. Continue to script C56. People stay in the square to discuss what they have heard, and Olin himself, tired after the entire day's toil, walks to the nearest tavern to rest. He hopes his home and workshop will be rebuilt soon so that he can sleep in his own bed. Continue the exploration. I feel like I need to go to the tavern. Alright, we've seen this card. It says go to C77. Except now we have A in 6. If token B is in 6, nope. Token A is in 6, okay? A pedestrian in a hurry bumps into you. He mumbles a few words about being terribly sorry and dashes off. Only when he vanishes do you discover that you are a few coins short. Discard 1 silver. Wait a minute. Really? In this small town? Place secret 5 face down. Set the timer to 2. Flip the token in slot 6 from A to B. Continue the exploration. Maybe the time is supposed to go down when I do that. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like maybe that's what that was their intent. Let's go to C29. No, not C29. C36. I mean, now that he's taken coins from us, we have enough to buy something. You enter the smithy and watch in awe as the blacksmith formed the white-hot arrow tip with careful hits from her hammer. Buy equipment for the upcoming journey. Spend 3 silver. Draw 3 equipment cards, gain 1 of them, and discard the rest. Man, we were pickpocketed. Let's see, it says draw 3. Alright, see what we got here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so it seems to be the equipment's the one that has the icons in the top right corner. So dragon fruit. Discard 1 card and place any card from your discard into an empty slot. If you have a water mistling, you may repeat this effect once. Ooh. Discard 1 card and place any card from your discard into an empty slot. Okay. Bottle of flames with a torch. Combat deals 7 damage to an opponent in any range. What? Okay. Juicy fruit. Anytime. Heal 6. What? And they're all discards. Oh, what do I do? We can either heal 6 or deal 7. I think I'm going to get the bottle of flames. In combat, it's all about damage. You know, how much damage can you deal? And it's got the torch. Although we're not really in cave-like situations right now. You still see that? Oops, on the edge there. Alright. And we got the 2 healing things, so. Okay. I think that said continue the exploration. Yep. Time goes down to this. Now we want to visit the tavern, which I think is C66. I wonder what C29 is. Looks like there's food there. Maybe we can heal. I wouldn't want another item. Maybe the tavern is where we can rest. The inn is a huge, noisy place designed to accommodate many travelers. Despite that, it's quite crowded with many people who lost their homes seek shelter here. You have been here a few times, but to be honest, you prefer the Shaded Tavern, a small but cozier establishment. That must have been C29. Pawn unnecessary items. No, looks pretty good. Ask about places from the vision. Okay. Approach the table. Requires the Future of Kerberg Part 1. I think I just got Part 2. Yeah. Let's ask about the visions. Hey, a stranger whispers. I've got the news you seek. I know a man who can enlighten you, but it is not for free, you know. Pay for the information. Spend 6 silver. We already know who it is. Trade the information. Requires the secret exit status. Sell a lie for the information. Sell a lie. Let's just leave. We just leave? Should we sell the lie? We're gonna sell the lie. I only got 1 coin. They already hit me up for it. It's probably not a good idea, but if you don't have any other means to get what you need, time, which I'm already on there, gain the liar status. Oh, wow. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. There's a liar status? There is. There's a liar status. Look, I'm not a liar or anything, but this guy was trying to con me out of 6 coin. 6 silver, so... I was a student in the academy once, the traveler tells you. A nice place, though located at the edge of the world. Oh, what a library they have there. An incredible selection of books, but strangely enough, they index their books by titles, not authors or topics. But wait, what was I at? Oh, I remember. There's this cartographer residing there. I already know that. Place token A in slot 5. It's already there, yeah. Gain the Academy Secrets Part 7 status. Oh, I didn't get that last time. Maybe it was there and I just missed it. Possible. Continue the exploration. Okay, this flips over. We go to C77. Now we have B in slot 6. You look around suspiciously. No doubt there is a thief operating in the crowd, taking advantage of people's confusion. You plunge into the middle of it to catch the criminal, when you suddenly notice that some of your gear is missing. You've been robbed. Discard 1 equipment. Discard all items. That is not... all items? Wow, I'm going to say as a player, that is ungodly frustrating. Place Secret 5 face down. Nope, we're just going to leave. C80. This town is terrible. It's not worth helping. If slot 5 is empty, well, I guess I should do that. It is not empty. You're looking at the way out of town. Leave the city. This ends this scenario. Go to script C81. If token B is in slot 1 or token A is in slot 4. Nope, I got none of that. Someone bumps into you but walks on. A minute later, you put a hand into the pocket and discover a pouch of silver together with a word of thanks. Gain 2 silver. If you have the interference part 5 status, I have part 4. I don't have time passes. Stop asking me. You've discovered a cartographer who seems to be your only lead to the Sky Islands plaguing your dreams. You've never been to the academy where the man is located, but going there could also be an excellent opportunity to soak up some knowledge. But there's one more pressing matter waiting for you. Monsters from beyond the portal. You must return to the glade where the dragon has passed away and pursue them. You must ensure they are not a threat to your community. Gain the time passes status. While you were busy in the city, killers of the dragon certainly used the time to pursue their goals. Now I have the time passes status. So when are we going to go after the guy that took our stuff? Like, how can you have a silver be taken from you and then 4 items and equipment and 3 items when you're the dragon tamer or you're the Mystling tamer and you have 2 powerful powerful Mystlings? Congratulations, you've reached the end of the scenario. Take the world map. Flip world map card 3 to explored. There we go. So this, yep, 3 is unexplored. Aftershock. Now it is explored. Okay. Open a random booster. Place all the cards behind the unlocked cards divider. Take all the cards behind the advancement deck divider. Shuffle them and draw 8 cards, 1 fewer for each fatigue in your Mystling decks, to a minimum of 3. Choose 3 cards and place them behind the unlocked cards divider. Place the rest of the cards behind the advancement deck divider. Remove all fatigue. Fully heal your Mystlings. So first, let's find all our fatigue. 1. Okay. Hold on. Let's go ahead and discard all this damage. Um, 2 should be a third, right? Oh no, we didn't get it, I guess. Oh, we were able to remove fatigue. Okay, that makes that a little better. Thought I'd lost a lot more. So 2. So hold on, let's get rid of this. Secret 5. Oh, I love these new token trays. All right, so it says open a random booster pack. So these are all our booster packs. So I think I'm just going to grab this one in the second from the back. Oh, it is kind of hard to get, isn't it? All right. Oh, there's 2 in here, actually. We're going to pick the back one. That looks like it. I forgot I put 2 per divider. Okay. Let's look at what we got. I'm not going to put them all under the green screen if they don't apply. That one looks like it applies. That one does. That one does. Oh, there's a couple without elements. Oh, this is B. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. How did that happen? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so they're not all just elemental cards. Oh, I also have these backwards. Do I? Yeah. So now I'm trying to pull out another set to see if they also have bees in them. They do. Okay. So now they're not all just elemental. Some of them are also neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the foil. All right, so we've got a green foil here. 2 of them. Mud flow. Aquatic. Are these foils? They shouldn't be foils. No, they're not. We've got a wind foil. Fire, light, fire. So these 3 can stand aside, and then we've got a bunch of other ones. Okay, so that came out of the booster pack. Then it says take all the cards behind the advancement deck. Now mine's going to look a little different because I don't have the symbol there. Okay. Shuffle them. Draw 8, 1 fewer for each fatigue. So we're going to draw 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Choose 3 cards and place them behind the unlocked cards divider. So we've got the reach, which we have one of those. Your attacks have +1 range. Bite attack, move if you are in a umbrella space, attack. Okay. Heavy strike, attack, move an opponent in range 1 by up to 2 spaces. Okay. You may discard another card. Bite attack. Deliberate strike, attack again if you have at least 8 cards in your discard pile. Okay. I don't know that I'm really interested in any of these. Oh, but it says choose 3 to put behind the advancement deck. So I'm going to get this one because the reach is nice. We'll get Deliberate Strike. And I guess Heavy Strike? Attack. Move an opponent in range 1 by up to 2 spaces. Let's do that. So these will go back to the advancement deck. These 3 we'll set aside. Pretty sure I'm not going to use them, but we may. Then we have Mudflow. Earth, move, attack +1, and if we're facing a water, we can gain 3 power. And then the discard effect, instead of spending power for your bonus action, you may gain that much damage. Nope, because his Galomos cost 8. I don't think we should take 8 damage to deal 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Doesn't seem. Now, what's really nice is if we were going up against a water, we would gain 3 power. So that only makes a third of the card useful right now. Move and attack +1. But even then our attack is 2, so it'd go to 3 and our move is 1. So that's weak all around for Galoma. But these cards are permanently unlocked. We're just kind of glancing right now to see what we might consider putting in the deck. The only water card is Aquatic Insight. Find any card in your deck and resolve it. Then remove both Aquatic Insight and the resolved card from the game. Reshuffle. Remove from the game, like forever. Remove card from play. If this is an action card, place this card back in behind the unlocked cards divider. You may use it again in subsequent scenarios. If it is a fatigue card, return it to the fatigue deck. Whoa. I may have to look this one up because I don't think it's going to say remove from the game. No, because this says remove card from play. It doesn't say anything about removing it from the game, so I don't know what that means. Doesn't seem worth it. Except like a very desperate attack. Second Wind. Cleanse 1 and attack. That's cool if we start seeing creatures that put status tokens on us. Overreach. Move up to 3 spaces. For each space moved that exceeds your movement, gain 1 damage. And if it's in slot 1, trigger. Ah. You know what? Move up to 3 spaces. For each space moved that exceeds your movement, gain 1 damage. I think that'll be really good for our Iceling. Because we have the other one that says move, and then if it's in a certain slot, we attack. But this one, move up to 3 spaces, and then if it's in slot 1, we can trigger any ability. That seems better than the other one, so we're probably gonna, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, the one we just put in according to plan, move. His move is 2, so we'd be able to move 3. We take 1 damage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take this one out. Give him Overreach. That's nice. And then, and if it's in slot 1, we get to trigger another ability, so we get to actually move into range and hit them, which is hard to come by. Let's see, what else? We're not a big fan of Guardian Stance. Let's see, what does reach give us? 1 power, and then your attacks have range. +1 range. Okay. Sap Warmth, Freeze Lock, Primal Shot is good. Leap, Blink 2. We can get rid of Offensive Stance. I know it gives us +1 damage, but for what we get out of it, it's not really that great. And then we can just get another Reach. That'll again boost our Frostbites and other things like that. And then with that trigger, that Overreach trigger, it'll clear 2 cards from our stack too. I was debating getting rid of Erratic Torrent, but it does have its uses. Guardian Stance. Do I get rid of Guardian Stance for another Overreach? If I get rid of Guardian Stance, we'll have no defense. But at the same time, we don't have a lot of defense. And we need to create better combos, right? So let's get rid of Guardian Stance and see how this works out. Put out another Overreach. So now we have the ability to really move and attack. And then we have Reach to make our attacks longer range. And we have Frostbite, Frostbite, Pummel. Okay, but the trigger one, that'll still get us in the position to do like the other Drain. Sap Warmth. Freeze Lock, we could Sap Warmth into Freeze Lock, or move 3 into Freeze Lock and then into something else. So, okay, I like that. Oh, and then Adaptive Tactics, gain 2 damage, gain X power, where X is the card slot. Or X is this card slot. By taking 2 damage. That might work with Coloma. So if it was in the 3 slot, we take 2 damage, and then we would get 3 more to get us to 6. That would be really good for Galomo, actually. Earth Shield is good. Leap, Blink 2, Guardian Stance. I think we can discard Guardian Stance because we were kind of not using it because we have the one that gives us defense based on Quake tokens. There's another one. Regeneration. We'll keep that one for now. Stomp is good. Prickly Earth. See, that'll also work with Adaptive Tactics. If we take damage, we can deal 2 damage in 1 range. I think I'm going to take out Nature's Patience for now, because the bonus action is deal X damage in range 2, where X is your defense. But the problem with that is we have to have the card in our discard pile that gives us defense. So it kind of requires like 3 things to be in the right place. So we'll discard that and we'll add 2 Adaptive Tactics. Idea being we want to put out as much Quake as possible and then use those cards to gain power and do Tremor. And just trigger Tremor each round. So, okay. So we went ahead and just did the deck construction that we know is coming. We fully healed our Mystlings. We removed all fatigue. We are ready to go for the next scenario. All right, so I'm going to do this. Would you like to go to the campaign selection? Yes. So with that, I will close out this video. I look forward to seeing you guys for the next one. We had 1 combat here. It was kind of tricky with whether we could tame or not. I had the opportunity to take him out. I thought I could tame, then I thought I couldn't tame, yada, yada, yada. So I think maybe next time we'll know a little better. But this was kind of a short scenario anyways. So I wasn't happy about that one, and I wasn't happy about the pickpocketing. I lost all my items, right? And we didn't go after. Like and there's no status that says, you know, hey, keep track of this in case you run into them later. No, I had 5 silver, He pickpocketed one. I spent 3 to get an item, and then he took everything. So that is a flip the table and TTS feeling right there. But you know what? We're going to continue. I'm going to see where the next scenario takes us. And it looks like it's going to be Delta, according to the map. So until next time, I'm an Emperor. This is Wither Remote Games. We'll catch you later.